Pochita got my boy. Chainsaw Man. Chapter, I don't know what chapter this is. I'm not sure. Well, we got a brand new Chainsaw Man chapter. And as it turns out, chapter 176. I'm sorry about that. And as it turns out, so first of all, we're going to break down the chapters as always in parts and just go through my thought process as I go through it. So we start off the chapter with Asa, in her bathroom, and it turns out that she can make things into weapons even if she doesn't touch them or she doesn't have to verbally say anything, which is hella fucking convenient, right? It's really convenient that we get this right when she literally has no arms and basically no mouth. But as it turns out, they can make weapons without the need of using their hands or without the need of using their voice to command the weapon, right? So yeah, you know what I mean? That's kind of the situation that's happening. She ends up turning soap into a small little kitchen knife, almost like a plastic knife. And they just basically continue talking about stuff. Both Yoru and Asa are talking about things. And Asa brings up a very good point. She tells Yoru, bro, people fear us, with the whole false Chainsaw Man, which I gotta reread Chainsaw Man because I don't remember what ended up happening with that fake Chainsaw Man. If someone remembers it, can you tell me in the comments? Because I don't remember jack shit about the false Chainsaw Man. But they start talking, and Asa again brings up a pretty good point where she tells Yoru that they fear her now, the war demon. So I guess that's a win-win. They don't have to fight against Denji. They don't have to kill Chainsaw Man. They don't have to turn Chainsaw Man into a weapon. They basically just fear them as well. And that's a pretty important point, because people remember Yoru, Asa states that people are starting to remember the atrocities of war, and that their objective is complete. But this is where we get some very good character moments, and we get a very good character moment with Yoru, who states that she also wants to get back something that Pochita took, which Pochita ended up eating a couple of demons that belonged to Yoru, which were, I think it was the Gun Devil and the Tank Devil, or something like that. No, not necessarily those two. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. But Pochita ended up eating some of her friends. He ended up eating some of her friends, and she wants to get them back. So that's in the end her, I guess, secondary goal, or I guess that's kind of her main goal. She states that her comrades were eaten by him, and she wants to make Pochita vomit them up again. What those demons are, we still don't know. But yeah, so they start talking about ways in which they can beat Chainsaw Man, and Yoru states there are two weapons that she could make that would be more powerful than anything else. And obviously, Asa gets pretty pissed because she destroyed her apartment and then all her money, right? So she kind of starts talking about that there are two weapons that she can use to defeat Pochita, which, as it ends up being, are the two, the Gun Devil and the Tank Devil. And we kind of get a pretty good moment of Yoru kind of being very sincere with Asa and everything. But the situation here is that, there is a panel where she kind of throws a fit and she gets very angry, stating that she wants to beat Chainsaw Man. She kind of reminded me of Vegeta from Team 4 Star. Kind of I want to be a Super Saiyan. It kind of felt like that. It kind of felt like she was throwing a fit. And I understand, if I were the freaking War Devil, I would want people to fear me more than they fear a Chainsaw Devil. You know what I mean? Which I insist. Pochita has got to be a different devil than just a Chainsaw Devil, because I feel like this is too OP to be just a Chainsaw Devil. Right? And we get a pretty good moment, again, really good paneling from from Fujimoto. It's just the GOAT when it comes to paneling and page and like distributing page space. We got a whole panel. We get like different pages of just Yoru kind of thinking to herself, and she states she questions if she would turn her own children into weapon, which brings up a very interesting point, which is basically the fact that, yeah, there are probably a bunch of weapon devils that would be the war devil's children, who she would have, the war devil would have dominion over these weapon devils, because most of those weapons were created for war. So like tanks and guns and, airplanes and like, just like planes in general, or like jets. All of these things were made for war. So it would make sense that she would have dominion over them, and that it would be very easy for her to, turn them into weapons. And again, it's a pretty interesting point of, kind of like this whole morality of on her part of is she willing to do this? And yeah, she basically is. So she ends up turning them into weapons. And now, here's the thing. It's the tank devil and the gun devil. We saw how strong the gun devil is. So the fact that she can just claim superiority or just claim dominion over the gun devil is absolutely incredible, right? And I guess this kind of shows that Makima's whole bang thing ended up being an ability from the gun devil, and she ended up having a contract with the gun devil. But it's just kind of cool, because she ends up taking the gun devil and the tank devil, and they just go to her, and she ends up turning them into a gauntlet, and we get a really amazing panel of her like just banging, just her doing like a bang and like hitting Pochita. Now there is like a whole situation where like when she hits Pochita, obviously his stomach is ripped open. So that ends up making it so that the mouth devil gets out of Pochita, and now everybody has mouths. So again, I guess we weren't going to go too much time without like mouths. So now we have the whole plot line of, the Japanese branch, I guess, trying to like give something to the aging devil. And now with Yoru having her mouth, she's going to talk a lot of shit to Pochita. But yeah, that's basically it, And so like on her left hand, she has a tank gauntlet. And on her right hand, she has a gun gauntlet. Which I am interested in seeing what she's going to do with every single one of those different things. How it's going to come into play, and how she's basically going to just try and body Pochita. She did hit Pochita pretty damn hard. So yeah, so it's very interesting, the fact that Fujimoto's diving deeper into like the lore and everything with like basically, I guess if you are the aging devil, I guess, I don't know, would the arthritis devil be under your dominion or something? I don't know, like things derived from aging, you know what I mean? So like it's really interesting, and that's kind of good. I don't know if that's just exclusive to the war devil, but it would be pretty interesting for that to happen with most devils, and just for them to have dominion over different things, right? But yeah, again, like this chapter, it was really good. It was like very good in that aspect of, we got some very good character moments with Yoru. We kind of got to dive deeper into her. So she is kind of throwing a fit, or like she wants to be stronger than Chainsaw Man. She wants to defeat Chainsaw Man. But she also has like an ulterior motive, which is, getting back some comrades that Pochita ate. Who those comrades are, we are still yet to see that. But, yep, that's it. So give me your thoughts on this chapter. What did you think about this? And I'll see y'all next time. So, bye-bye.